For this video, we're going to take a look at Mcfarlane Toys Warhammer 40k Chaos Space Marines. This is the Iron Warrior. So I got this action figure at my local Target. It wasn't displayed. I had to ask for it. Okay, so for those who are searching for this action figure, there you are with the codes. So let's take this figure out of packaging. Mcfarlane Toys gold label, so the experience with regards to unboxing or how the action figure is presented is going to be quite premium feeling. Okay, so it's going to look like this, and the figure would come with several accessories. So 2 melee weapons, a blade and armor, rifle, pistol, backpack, stand, and card. So for people like us that are not really versed with Warhammer 40k, then Mcfarlane Toys has included a little bit of bio with this action figure. So you are free to pause this video and read the details on this card. So let's take a look at the melee weapons, okay, or the hand-to-hand combat weapons. Okay, first, the bladed one. So this is quite made of soft rubbery plastic, and actually the tip is bent. So we have to straighten that out later with a hair dryer. But this is the details on the blade, the sword, or possibly the knife. So just pick your choice whether what you want to call this thing as for classification. Next is going to be the mace or the hammer. Okay. So that is the details. Handle. This is made of much sturdier material compared to this weapon. Okay, so next item is going to be the rifle, or the bolt rifle, projectile weapons. Okay, so it has a bayonet, dual magazines, pistol. So the projectile weapons, these two pieces are made of sturdier material. The softest material is going to be this one. This is the details on the backpack. So the connection point, peg, and it connects to the back of the action figure that way. So really does not require explanation, so just tab it in. The height of this action figure is going to be 7.25 inches. So let's do a 360 view of the figure so we could really marvel at the details. This time that it's done in silver, gold, and just a little bit of black, all of the details really stand out. So time to take a closer look at the action figure, and let's just also examine articulation points. Okay, so it's the details on the head unit or the head sculpt. So let's take a look at the back. Articulation on the head, rotation. Of course, the mounting system for that head unit is going to be different. So it's going to be on that round plate, and as for looking down, that's the purpose of that plate, for tilts up and tilts down. and that is on a ball joint, so there's going to be a little bit of movement. So if you're familiar with Mcfarlane Warhammer 40k action figures, so if you pop this head out, there's going to be just a small connection on this portion that connects to a very small ball joint. So plate and ball joint system, but that's a very detailed looking head unit. Okay, so details on the chest, the shoulder armor. Let's take a look at the other side. So the weathering is also very nice. So it's just looks really like this armor has been through battle. So does not look like it's been out of factory. This is the worn out effect. Really nice on this. So we've got to give credit for Mcfarlane Toys for this kind of finish. So this is the belt. Looking at the armor, arms, the shins, boots. Okay, so as for the body, so 2-point system, just like your Mcfarlane DC Multiverse action figure. So one ball joint on the waist, one ball joint on the diaphragm area, which allows for circular movement of said articulation point areas. Okay, so full 360 possible if you take out the backpack. T-poses are possible if you move this at a certain angle, but because of the horns and that very huge or humongous shoulder armors, it's going to be very limited. So that is also on a ball joint system, so you could take it off if you wish to. Change armors with, or shoulder armors with, other Warhammer 40k Space Marines. Okay, so as for articulation point on the arm, we have rotation on the biceps, 2 points or bend or articulation for the elbow, rotation, and a hinge, so there you go, for handsets. As for the legs, so forward kicks quite possible, side kicks possible, back kick, bend on the knee, yes, and we have, as this area would allow, we have a little bit of motion for the foot, but not very much because of how this is designed. So that is going to be the hindrance in foot articulation. So toe articulation is also present. So depends on how you break this action figure for poses. You just have to move things around, especially on the armor pieces and the horns of the helmet. But as to that O factor when you take this out of packaging, wow, so paint job and the details really good on this action figure, especially even on this backpack. Weapon storage for the rifle, pistol, and the melee weapons. We only have weapon storage for one, and it's going to be for the blade. So we have this to store this. So you just slide it in and down. So that is how this thing or this blade is stored. So walk around possibly this way. Okay, or just let the blade drop down. Still looks good though. Okay, so let's pose this action figure with all of the mentioned weapons. So let's start with the hand-to-hand combat or the melee weapons. Blade on the right, mace on the left. He's ready to stab, cut, and bludgeon. So in between bolt rifle reloads, he has the option to use bayonet. And when his primary runs dry, he has the secondary weapon to follow through. So this is one great looking action figure. Well, you could literally just forget about the action part on this action figure and just marvel at that details. But yeah, the bonus is it's an action figure. You could pose this the way you want to have this posed in your display case or in your office. So this is definitely, if you're a Warhammer 40k fan or you're just like me who likes Warhammer action figures but doesn't know much of the lore or the story, but just a little bit to really appreciate the merchandise, then this is something that you're going to really enjoy to personally have as a collection and as a play piece. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.